Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is the first of a best of 3 series, and this is probably the series that I've been looking forward to the most out of like all the four quarterfinals, mainly because there is a Night Elf player versus Orc. So yeah, this is going to be between Fly 100% spawning in as the blue Orc player on the bottom right of the map. Also on the bottom right of the map we have Nicker spawning in as the red Night Elf player. Night Elf versus Orc. We don't usually see this matchup. I think we have seen it a couple of times during the final cup of Zotac. I could be mistaken, it could have been the AWC. I don't exactly remember, but oh well. Nicker versus Fly. Fly, probably one of my favorite Orc players ever. Not because he's like the best Orc player. Some people don't think so. I don't think so at all. But not saying bad things about him. I just really enjoy watching Fly play. So yeah, Nicker, I guess. Well, he is a rising star, I guess. If you want to call him that. He is very well known, but he's just not. He hasn't, I guess, been placed on a high amount, or he hasn't been placed that high in many tournaments, I guess, that been failing to actually put that into words. But yeah, Nicker is probably a well-known Night Elf player. He has played a very long time actually, so actually amazed at how much time has already been passed since I watched Nicker's first watched Nicker play. So yeah. Other way, Demon Hunter versus Blade Master. Looks like it's gonna be the usual openings from both players. We do have a Wisp. I believe skipped Fly or not. Actually, did he skip Fly? I'm wondering. He did skip Fly, so no, he did not. What? I have no idea. He did spot that Voodoo Lounge, but probably is aware of that anyway. So he didn't skip Sky. He just didn't go inside. So early Stronghold, Stronghold jump for Fly right now. No. Something worth noting is no grunts have been trained yet. I guess we have seen this sometimes. Actually no, there we go, grunt over here. As I was saying, we don't usually see grunts being foregone, but sometimes Orc players like to either train one or train none, and go for a rather early tier 2. I guess it just allows for like more resources available to go for that Bestiary Spirit Lodge combo. But yeah, Rune of Watcher has been picked up. Blade Master still not level 2, but he is rather up there. Ooh, Demon Hunter. I mean, it's not necessarily, although the Blade Master is a pretty strong hero, it's not like he can like kill off that Demon Hunter. No, the Demon Hunter is actually trapped. Dust Appearance has been used as well. Not sure why, but yeah, I don't think the creep actually takes advantage of the dust, because they're not actually part of Nicker's team anyway. But it was rather interesting to see that Nicker is actually gonna go for the archer trick over here. You can either slip in 1 or 2 archers and have this archer shadow meld and just aggro the camp and eventually kill it. It's an exploit we usually see, I guess, in like amateur tournaments. Not really from like high level players, but it's always good to see these kind of players use it anyway, because I mean, it's Gargantuan Sea Turtle, it's a level 7 creep, and it's melee, so yeah, that's the fun thing about it. The only downside is that Blade Master just making a little trip next to that place and spotting it, killing the Gargantuan for himself and picking the item as well. there's always that kind of risk, but since it's nighttime, the vision range is very low, and it would be less likely for the Blade Master to spot that. Stronghold has been completed. We are going to go for the B Series Spirit Lodge, like I was mentioning before. It looks like level 2 has been gained for the Demon Hunter. Item is going to be the Talisman of Evasion. Not sure if it's necessarily useful for that Demon Hunter, because he's gonna go Evasion anyway. Might as well just be free gold, I guess. Oh, Demon Hunter waking up that Nightcrawler camp. It does not look like the archers necessarily finished off that creep camp by themselves, so needs to be careful. Nightcrawlers have been spotted, so the Blade Master kinda getting a little bit of a sense on what exactly happened. Dust's appearance has been used by the Blade Master, thinking that those archers would be melded to the shadows, but nope, Preservation Staff is available and will be used. Beastmaster is going to be the second hero for Nicker, and we do see the double Ancient of Winds coming out as well as tier 3, so rather interesting way of playing from Nicker. I'll mention that later, as I'm going to mention what Fly is doing right now. He does have the usual Bestiary Spirit Lodge, like I said before. Turn Chieftain as his second hero, so he's trying to just support his fellow units with the buffs, as well as the very powerful Shockwave at level 1 or level 2. Anyway, back to Nicker. I think this is rather a modified version of the Beastmaster first, and then transitioning into double Ancient of Winds. Instead, he started off with a Demon Hunter and then get a Beastmaster second. Yep, quite a bit of an innovative play, I think. I'm not sure if this was used a lot before, mainly because I had like 3-month gap of casting up-to-date Warcraft games, so I'm not sure if it was Nicker that first revolutionized this or not, but you know, that's just something to point out, because we did see a lot of this. A lot of Beastmaster first, when we had Night Elf versus Orc anyway, so yeah. Blade Master is going to come out of his Windwalk, go after the Archer, but instead he switched targets for the Dot, not able to pick off any unit whatsoever, so this is not the best start for Fly, I don't think. He does get in Snare off on the Dot, but he is not actually staying with his Blade Master. No, he is, but he's not actually going to go for the same target. Raider was able to pick up the kill, and the Turret Chieftain is now able to apply some pressure. I mean, he's a big guy, so he's gonna obviously be scary, forcing TP Scroll from Nicker. So yeah, more dots on the way. Good thing about dots is that they're just so cheap and cost so little food that you can mess them up quite a bit, compared to Orc, which consists of like big, like high cost, high food units. Like the Raider right now is 3 food supply, the Spirit Walker right now is 3 food supply, and they're at least like, actually I don't want to give the resource cost because I don't exactly remember anymore. Oh dear. I could give it a try, but I don't actually want to embarrass myself. Demon Hunter is at level 2, the Beastmaster is still at level 1, so Nicker is kind of behind, I guess, in terms of levels. In terms of army supply, I think they're the same. Nope, Nicker is actually 9 down, which is not that good, especially since dots are not necessarily that strong against the Orc army either. So needs to be careful right there. Might even force a Preservation Staff from Nicker. Nope, Shockwave will be able to kill him off. Rather good benefit about having Shockwave is that dots are pretty small units, so they'll bunch up and just line up against that Shockwave, so yeah, that's also a benefit, I guess. Master Training is nearly completed, so Cyclone is going to be available for them. And yeah, Master Training is now completed, so they can cast Cyclone, which will be a pretty, like, like bread and butter ability for those dots to be using anyway. Gargantuan Sea Turtle camp nearly completed, or nearly cleared out, but it looks like the giant sea turtles will be left alone. Goblin Tinker is going to be hired up as the third hero for Nicker. Another thing I like about Nicker is that he utilizes different tavern heroes anyway, so yep, always interested to see these guys popping out. But Goblin Tinker, I'm not I'm actually wondering if he's going to be valuable or not. The Pocket Factory was kind of wasted. The goblins not really going to do much. So yeah. But if we go for an actual fight instead of Fly running away, then hopefully it will be an entertaining skirmish. There we go with another Pocket Factory. Fairy Fire is going to be casted. Cyclone is going to be casted on multiple units, including both of those heroes, and Disenchant was used. It's going to be a matter of who is going to run out of mana first. Disenchant kind of costs a lot, but Cyclone does too. It costs about half their mana supply. Fairy Dragons have been trained up as well to try and just spite back those Spirit Walkers that go for that Disenchanted Spirit Link. Demon Hunter was taken down, however. Nicker is going to lose that. He's going to lose his Tinker as well. Not a good sign for Nicker. Fly is eventually going to overpower his opponent. I mean, Fairy Dragons can do a little bit of damage with Mana Flare, but to be fairly honest, it doesn't really do that much unless there's like one or two or three Fairy Dragons in the air. It looks like the Beastmaster is going to fall as well, and this is not going to look good for Nicker. Losing all three of his heroes in a battle that he kind of chose to fight. Yeah, it's not good. Demon Hunter is going to be revived. Thankfully, his heroes were lower level, so easily revivable, but that's also a problem in itself because the heroes are so low level. It gives Fly the opportunity to get his heroes even ahead. I mean, the Blade Master right now is level 4, Terran Chieftain is nearly level 4 as well, so potentially 4-4 versus 2-1-1, it's not ideal. Armor Slave 36 versus 49, Fly kinda received a little bit of beating in that fight, but not as badly as Nicker. Yeah, needs to be careful. Nicker is actually going to be standing around this Ogre Lord camp. Rather big task for him, I think, but it looks like Fairy Fire will be able to compensate. Just the armor reduction on that Ogre Lord is going to be rather useful in clearing out these camps. Level 3 has been gained, and probably the best aura item in the game, which is the Warsong Battle Drums, plus 10% damage for every single unit. Not just range, just any single unit. So Druids of Talons will be able to benefit, Demon Hunter will be able to benefit, as well as the other two heroes. So yeah. Meanwhile, Fly is going to clear out his own Ogre Lord camp, pick himself the Crystal Ball. Not necessarily that important, or at least it doesn't give any combat stats whatsoever. It does look like it's going to be sold instead. Just one and done, I guess. Was able to spot that the Ogre Lord in the bottom left was cleared out, so he is aware of that. Actually, I was actually interested in seeing that the Crystal Ball was sold. I mean, because Fly is ahead, he might as well keep that just to like maintain his like map control over the of the game. But apparently he does not see any value in that, so kind of unfortunate. Beastmaster is going to be revived very soon. Actually, never mind. Beastmaster was level 2. I did not realize that. As well as the Tinker, but I think that was because he was creeping. So it's going to be 4-2-2 versus, I think, 4-4. Or, yeah, 4-4. So I guess it's kind of equalized because there's just more skills, more abilities for Nicker's part, but stronger abilities for Fly's part. Lots of Cyclones going on. There we go with the Disenchant, however, and the scroll, the speed scroll has been used for Fly. The Pocket Factory has been destroyed right now, and the Demon Hunter is going to get continuously ensnared. I'm not sure if he is actually the focus of Fly, but it looks like it. TP Scroll is available, and Vulnerability Potion is also available as well, but even though the Demon Hunter is not being taken out, the dots are. They would go with the TP Scroll. The Beastmaster has now joined the fight, but it's a little too late. Nicker is going to receive quite a beating right there. And obviously the dots were not happy. They killed one of their own brothers. Fly still looks like he has a strong army, like a lot of raiders, a lot of spirit walkers. Armor supply of 58, he is actually over upkeep. Meanwhile, Nicker is struggling to stay at that 50 point. Gonna lose himself a boar. Yeah, that's pretty much it, all I can tell. So far, the Blade Master is nearly close to level 5. I mean, all he needed was the +6 claws and circlet. We usually see like players like Lordo taking advantage of like 6 claws or 3 claws on that Blade Master, but yeah, Fly's making it work with just 1 and a circlet. We do have a Hawk in the air, so is able to spot the Blade Master in his windwalks. That's why he was able to be attacked at the start of the game, or start of the fight. But Tinker was taken out. Raider is gonna be taken out for Fly's side, but I mean, what good is taking out a Raider if you're gonna lose your heroes? Level 5 for the Blade Master of Fly. Scroll of Healing will be used, and the Demon Hunter, it looks like he will be following suit. Great Healing Potion was available, but the the Blade Master was not able to be killed off. The Demon Hunter did use that Invulnerability Potion. He does have a health pot as well. Moonstone will be possibly used as well, but I mean, that was just a slight error on Fly's part, I think. Nicker is still in a pretty bad situation. He's actually going to get himself surrounded on his Demon Hunter once again. If not, then he's going to get ensnared, and eventually killed off. The Fairy Dragon, it looks kind of pretty in its Mana Flare form, but it's not going to do much. Fly is not going to cast any spells. GG from Nicker. That is going to be game 1 of this best of 3 series. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. Fly actually played pretty well in this game. Unfortunately, Nicker was not able to get to that point where he just outnumbered his opponent, swarming him with dots. That's not what happened, so yeah. Either way, I'll see you guys in game 2. I'm not sure if I should cast it next or just tomorrow. I'll see about it.